Yo, what's going on? Yo, what's going on? What's going on? We in the building one more time. So I have to give you an update before we get into the topic of hand. I have been looking at these prospects, especially all weekend. I've been grinding. Hey, it takes time. Like looking at one player, sometimes I might spend like an hour on them, right? But I've been grinding though. Pretty much there's a couple incomplete grades due to the film that I was able to get that wasn't, like as far as like camera, not because of the film, but like camera angle, stuff like that. So there's a couple incomplete grades. That's why I'm doing a little bit more of the linebackers this time. But I have been grinding on them. I'll say I probably look at maybe about one or two more, and then we're gonna go ahead and present the information that I have at hand. If y'all are new with us, we pretty much go through as many prospects that we can before the draft come, and we're gonna make sure that one, we are knowledgeable on who's out there, and two, we're gonna have fun. We're gonna make the process interesting. We're gonna do draft shows, we're gonna do draft parties, so we all in. And I like to know, like, because what made it interesting last year was because we did this show and we was like, yo, uh Mozzie Smith over Nolan, we was like shocked. So we had a little talk, and this was make the interesting, and we can know what these Dallas Cowboys is doing out here in these draft, what they call these draft streets. Hold on, make sure she ain't calling before we get up in this thing. Always trying to call. Hold up real quick, y'all. Hold up real quick, y'all. Yo, you called? You already at the bank? Oh, all right. All right. Hey, mama. All right. All right, y'all. Let's get up in here. So, uh, I've already, no, not on YouTube. I haven't. But we're going to talk a little bit about Mike Zimmer. Uh, I've heard other people's angles on it. Some is kind of welcoming to him, some is like, no. Some is like, heck yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and give you my perspective on Mr. Zimmerman. Hold up, man. What the heck? Okay, I just wanted to make sure I was live, y'all. But yeah. So look, Mike Zim. Should Mike Zim be considered, or should he be appointed? So I seen Wink Martindale. I don't know if they're gonna bring him in for an interview, but I've seen his name popped out there. Joe Witt, he with the Commanders. We kind of already expected that. Uh, who else we got on the menu? People, Vray, bro. That's a. I don't think they're bringing him in though. I seen some of the softest thing that I've read. Uh, today after I worked out, I read a little something talking about Mike Vrabel was intimidating GMs because of his physical presence. That's some of the softest. That's some of the, bro. Tell me football is not getting here. This man did not get considered because, or it affected him not getting it because he was big. That's some of the softest that I've. Oh my God. Please don't tell me this is what it is. Yeah, this is what it is, ain't it? So we had Zim, Ron Riviera, right? I believe I seen that he is interviewing today. And I think I seen that Zimmerman will be interviewing tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. Well, let me tell you something. So Wink, he decent. Look, is there another candidate that I would be accepting of and can embrace? Yes. Wink, I can embrace that. Vrabel, I can embrace that. To be honest with you, Ron Rivera, even though he's kind of on the bottom of all them, I can embrace that because I'm looking, I'm looking for a certain type with this defensive coordinator. I'm looking for somebody, right? Look, forget all that extra stuff. Let's just talk about Zimmerman because if I need to talk about these other candidates, I will. Let me tell you why Zimmerman should be at the first of my list. Let's just get straight to the nitty gritty of things. I mean, let me not go ahead and BS you around, y'all. Let's just get straight to the nitty gritty of things. Let me tell you why Zim, I think, should at least be at the top of their options. Not saying that he'll be the one that'll be selected, but I'm gonna tell you why he should be at the top. One, first and foremost, as I made this statement many times, look at the Super Bowl coaches. They are coaches who come from that old school brand of football, but have adapted with the times, have innovated with the times. I don't need all this new minds because, quite frankly, I don't like the way that the new school is going with this football. So, no, I don't want this new minds because check this out. All you new minds and all you innovative, whatever y'all want, bring this new brand of soft ass football to the world. Where they at? At home. Who the Chiefs got? Spags. Come from that what? That old school brand of football. Andy Reid, he's been around for quite some time. We're familiar with him because of the Eagles. Kyle Shanahan has even been around, right? Who they got? Was it Roof or something like that? They have coordinators that have been around. Cultures, football cultures. That's the reason why, even though the San Francisco 49ers be choking, that's why they are in the Super Bowl and in the mix quite often because of the brand of football. I tell people time and time again, a physical nature of football will never fail. I don't care what they try to make the league to be. Physical football will always rule. They talk about John Harbaugh. Nobody want to go. John Harbaugh got to adjust. No, John Harbaugh don't have to adjust because John Harbaugh has had success in the NFL and he just won a championship with his brand of football in college. J.J. McCarthy is not a very good quarterback to me, but he won a championship with J.J. McCarthy because of why? His brand of football, his system. We're going to be physical. We're going to be tough. You can see the mentality of his players. We need to be tough. And guess what toughness got them? A national championship. Guess what toughness will get John Harbaugh? It will get him success in the NFL. I'm not going to say it's going to get him a championship, but to be honest with you, the way football's going, I wouldn't be surprised if he get back in there because he has him a better quarterback this time, right? And all Herbert got to do when he built his team is to make the plays when necessary. If Jared Goff can go ahead and get to NFC championship, you can't tell me that Herbert can't go ahead and get to the championship with his brand of football, with the Harbaugh way. Can't nobody convince me otherwise. The only way that you can convince me if you don't have the success. Man, I like Harbaugh. I like his style. I like physical football. Guess how the Kansas City Chiefs got here? By playing some physical football. What did they do to that cute brand of football that these people want to go ahead and bring to the equation? Guess what? Sent the Miami Dolphins home. They ran the football with Pacheco. Sent them home. What did they do with Lamar Jackson? Heat his ass up. Sent him home. All that cute football don't win. We want winners. And the Mike Zimmerman way has proven to have success. Now, there's another fact. Bro, didn't he have a year of, and we're going to look at their roster, didn't he have a 13-3 year with Case Keenum? Come on. Come on. I don't know why people want this. Oh, he's not with the times. What times? Just soft ass times? Because to be honest with you, I'm not with the times. I don't want to be with the times. I don't want to adjust. Bro, football is football. Let me tell y'all something, man. At the end of the day, no matter what you want to run, you still got to match up mano on mano. There's still answers for everything these teams want to do, how they want to handle this motion that they want to put out there. Hey, if I got trips to the side, we have a plan for that. Come on, safety, drop down. Come on, linebacker, come over. There's plans for all of that. Oh, we gonna run there? No, it's simple. Football is simple. I don't get why everybody talking about I need this mind. Like I even heard Al Harris being a candidate. What the hell has Al Harris done for you to want to consider him to be a candidate with this current team? The people act. I'm gonna tell y'all something. The Cowboys have been so bad, so mediocre that anything just a tad bit better, they act like they can't get better. Oh, Al Harris is a good. You telling me that Al Harris is the only good secondary coach out here? Hell no. And quite frankly, hey, look, I rock with Al Harris, right? But all them motherfuckers can go on that roster though, because all of them was part of the reason why we sucked and we soft. They talking about, oh man, why we want to get rid of Dan Quinn? Let me tell you something. What the hell has Dan Quinn did for you to go ahead and want to hold on to him? Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Having Dan Quinn as my quarterback has me looking at things a lot different. A lot different. A lot different. Had me do some soul searching about what I truly want in a coordinator. Bro, it look like anybody can go ahead and be head coach. Because I always tell you, they say he inherited that Seattle Seahawks defense. This man done lost to 28-3. Guess who was his coordinator, his offensive mind? What? Shanahan, who has proven that he don't need him to have success. But what has Dan Quinn did without him? What has Dan Quinn did with the Dallas Cowboys? You can't sit over there and tell me that we couldn't have a decent coordinator have success. Now let me go ahead and flip it on this end. They said, man, he ain't gonna bro. Dan Quinn got them getting to the pass, getting to the quarterback. He prioritizing this, he prioritizing that. Bro, let me tell y'all something. Is the top pass rushing team? What's going on? They in the bowl? They in the bowl? Bro, you just need a couple rushers that's gonna get there when it matters. We know that Chris Jones is gonna get there when it matters. We knew back then that Frank Clark was going to get there when it matters. Now the Kansas City Chiefs got that other defensive end. Was it Kalafkas? Will he get there when it matters? Can you get to the quarterback when it matters? All this high pass rushing that we done did, where has that got us? First round exits. If a player want him, I don't want him. Because the players just want to be buddy-buddy with people, man. We need some real coaches. When the last time defense has been in Dallas, like truly been in Dallas? They said, oh, we're one of the better defensive teams. Well, I can look at what are the statistics when we play the better teams? I bet you it's not good. They say, but the statistics against the Giants, the Commanders, all these weak ass, the Patriots team, they look pretty good, right? But where was that same defense? You talk about you want to bring Dan Quinn back, the same Dan Quinn that got his ass whooped against Buffalo, the same Dan Quinn that got his ass whooped against the Cardinals, the same Dan Quinn that choked against the Miami Dolphins, and the same Dan Quinn that almost choked again against the Detroit Lions. You talking about that? The back-to-back weeks, you was getting this work. You telling me that you want that Dan Quinn back, that we can't go ahead and improve from that Dan Quinn? Y'all done lost y'all ever-loving mind. You got to understand, what has he done? I told y'all, I don't count that COVID year. That COVID year was very challenging. And I applaud you, Mike, for going ahead and firing your boys. I'll be honest with you. Right? This is the same Dan Quinn that didn't want to adjust. The same Dan Quinn that looked at what we looked at in the film with the sorry-ass linebackers, with the sorry-ass run defense, and said that it was good enough to compete. So a coach that can't adjust and think that them sorry-ass people that we got to go ahead and do something that has been a weakness since he's been here, and he didn't want to adjust, this is all his boys. Everybody that's here, Dan Quinn got the roster the way that he wanted. The first year, okay. But when we get to the second and third year, Dan Quinn had Joe Mark on his defense. And what was his defense? It was trash. We always stated the best year to go ahead and do what we plan to do, which is get back to that promised land, was this year. And we got bounced against the Packers. Come on. The same Achilles heel that's been with us in all the playoff L's that we got since Dan Quinn been here was run. Not getting run stops. You lost to the Niners back. You lost to the Niners twice with the same play, losing the edge with Dan Quinn. What is we talking about here? What is we talking about here? Hell no. We needed to go ahead and upgrade from this. I guarantee you Zimmerman will be an upgrade from this. Wink Martindale, if they go that route, will be an upgrade from this. Ron Rivera just focusing on the defense will be an upgrade from Dan Quinn. Y'all act like that boy we doing some coaching. Bro, I'm looking at the same play. I'm looking like, bro, what is we running? Why is the majority of the team running cover two, and they running like what's going on? And they getting cooked. Bro, like what? I don't know what the hell Dan Quinn was running today, but it looked like anybody can be coaching the NFL. It looked like you ain't gotta have no football knowledge to be coach in the NFL. So they say the Dallas Cowboys is playing it safe. Okay. They say he could be a one-year rental. He could be. Or maybe he might be both. We don't know. But I know I need this defense to improve. Is Mike Zimmer the answer permanently? I'm not saying that he is. I'm just tired of seeing a sorry-ass defense every time I look at the film of the Dallas Cowboys. I'm just tired of looking at a sorry-ass defense. I'm tired of looking at mediocre players on the Dallas Cowboys. So, if it's Vrabel, if it's Wink, if it's Riviera, if it's Zimmerman, I know that it will be better than Dan Quinn. I know that it will be better than Dan Quinn. You know, what do you see, you got to build a team, right? It seems like they're gonna keep Dak, right? So all right. So it's looking like Dak gonna most likely be here. Okay, so what you gotta do? You damn near gotta be playing elite defense, man. You gotta damn near have an elite running. I'm talking about elite. I'm talking about you damn near gotta have like real top 5 units when it comes down to running the ball and defense to even have a chance with Dak Prescott, bro, because he is not it, bro. I need upgrade. Whether he just be a 1-year rental or not, this is a prove a year. I need upgrade. We understand that Jerry and them, they ain't prepping for the future because, to be honest with you, if they wanted to do this, they should have wiped everybody up out of that whole coaching staff. Mike should have been wiped, Dak should have been wiped, the defensive coaches should have been, all of them should have been wiped, and you should have been starting anew with a brand new culture. They act like a brand new culture. We just seen the Texans coach with lesser talent go to the playoffs and go to the second round. They act like starting over is a bad thing. Starting over is not a bad thing, especially when what you've been doing has been trash. It ain't a bad thing. It is not a bad thing. Let me go ahead and check. What's going on, y'all? I just had to get my rat out the way. What's going on? Let me go ahead and go up, man. Check y'all out. Malik Savages. Cowboys need this. Indeed, they do. Indeed, they do. Dak delusional. Cowboys can't have Dub because Dak can't lead. Oh, that yeah. Because I ain't gonna lie, because I always wonder when they talk about leadership with Dak, like what do they truly mean about leadership? Do they even know what a leader is? You know, King. All these Dak fans keep comparing him to other QBs. Come on. They're gonna have to come to the realization. Like I said, Jared Goff them been to 2 NFC championships with 2 different teams, and they talking about we gonna miss Dak when it comes. What are we appreciating? How could you have top offenses no matter whether it be Kellen Moore or Mike and you not have talent, who the hell was he throwing it to then? It's like people don't understand that your quarterback just ain't it. Facts. And that's what I need, Doomsday. I don't need no softness. I'm tired of the softness. Terminator says no to Zimmerman. Mm. Riviera won't be better than Quinn because he has not coached D in a hot minute. My thing with Riviera is like, I just remember them front sevens that's been so tough to run on with Washington. You know, them Bama boys, dude, they make a big difference. They make a big difference. I need a coordinator, y'all, right? That's gonna build. That's look. If Zimmerman, Wink, or whatever the case may be, because my thing with this is, okay, say for instance, if you hire Vrabel, is do you plan on him being your head coach? Because if so, then why not hire Vrabel right now? Leave Zimmerman, leave him on the couch and go ahead and tell Vrabel, get this defense to your liking, and then get ready. Because I don't think Mike McCarthy can have a season. I'm just sorry, y'all. Look, I don't think Mike McCarthy can have a bounce back season with Dak Prescott. I think Jerry is making a huge mistake by keeping him. It ain't, hey, look, Mike, it ain't nothing against you. You got to go ahead and play the cards that you dealt with, and you were dealt with Dak Prescott. And no matter what they say, we done had so many coordinators and so many coaches up in this thing, and we get the same result. And Dak Prescott is the common denominator. He the common. I done seen the Tampa Bay Bucks. Everybody done wrote off the Tampa Bay Bucks, even with some of the talent that they didn't wrote them off, and they made it to the second round. They say Jared Goff ain't good enough. They said Jared Goff is in the NFC Championship, and Jared Goff wasn't the reason why they lost the game. And quite frankly, Jared Goff should be in the Super Bowl right now. We done seen Kyle Shanahan made it to the Super Bowl with Jimmy Garoppolo. We done seen Kyle Shanahan in here with a 7th round pick, the last pick in the draft with Brock Purdy in the Super Bowl. To be honest with you, this whole thing is messed up. It is. But if Zimmerman's the man, I can at least present you an argument for Zimmerman to tell you that, hey, look, I'm not going to tell you that we're going to have an elite D with 1 year under Zimmerman, but I can tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I can tell you this. I know it would be better. And I'm here to go ahead and I might not be able to sell you, but let me go ahead, man. And let me go ahead and tell you why that, especially with free agency looming and with this draft looming, because I'm looking at the linebackers. I'm gonna wait to tell y'all what I really feel about these linebackers when we go ahead and present it, because we're gonna present them this week. Because I only got like maybe 1 or 2 more bodies left, and then we're gonna go. Because I didn't seen enough. But look, right? Look. So we're gonna go to the 2017 Minnesota Vikings, right? and this is under Zimmerman. And one thing I know, because I can look at the Dallas Cowboys team and can see some of the Green Bay imprint about Mike McCarthy, especially with his offense. I can look at a lot of things with the Green Bay imprint on it, just in the modern day version. So I would think that, hey, if Zimmerman is here and Zimmerman is having input on this team, on this defense, to be specific, what could we honestly try to look for the best that we can? Let's look at the defense. I believe, I think he was the backup, Mr. Pierce. I believe, yeah, Zimmerman had Pierce that's leading the Baltimore Ravens in that middle. But we know that Zimmerman values big, strong nose tackles, even the 4-3, because who was leading him was none other than Big Linval Joseph. Linval Joseph was one of the most underrated, coldest nose tackles in the league. Baller. Tom Johnson, solid D tackle. Daniil Hunter, Everson Griffin. That's his front. That front right now could go ahead and do some good damage. Uh, right now in this league. In the back, in the secondary, in the second unit of the defense, the linebackers, Kendricks, Anthony Barr. The reason why I say Anthony Barr, because to be honest with you, probably the closest thing, probably Micah Parsons is Anthony Barr like. Let's just be honest. He's Anthony Barr like. I personally, to this day, think that Anthony Barr was probably should have been a better. He kind of was playing out of position, right? But Anthony Barr is kind of pretty much in Micah. And Eric Kendricks. Come on, we know Eric Kendricks, man, can play some football. Trey Waynes, the long corners, Xavier Rhodes, Andrew Sendejo, Harrison Smith, Terrence Newman. So I look at that Terrence Newman, I'm like, okay, he got that vet. So would he look at Gilly as Terrence Newman? Right? Would he look at Gilly? So one thing that I know is that Zimmerman values that front. Something that Dan Quinn could not really build. He values that front. He values stopping the run. He values being physical. I've heard Roy Williams on numerous occasions speak about Zimmerman in a positive light. I heard Harrison Smith, and it was a while back, but I believe it was an interview I heard with Harrison Smith talking about when he got under Zimmerman, he realized that he didn't really know ball the way he thought he knew ball. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, y'all might have heard it. Correct me if I'm wrong, but he will always talk about Darren Woodson. And so Harrison Smith talked about, of always trying to pattern, and follow Darren Woodson and try to emulate that to go ahead and probably be the best safety. Hold on real quick, y'all. Hello? Huh. What does that mean? That's just like an abbreviation. You don't need it? Do you really need it to? Well, as long as the first name and the last name, how has it always been? But I'm talking about on the card. Uh, Well, it's just the abbreviation, just like they put the R for my middle name. They put an R for him. They put the R for my middle name. What was it like that on your last card? Okay, well, tell them to change it then. I don't know why you didn't look at it when you did that. I'm on live. I'm on live, woman. Damn. Yeah, man. Let's talk about this thing. But, yeah. T Dub, Malik. But we can go get Derrick Henry. Look at the Chiefs receiving core. Our big thing this season, I guess he's showing us he gonna be like, man. Man. Bro, look, let me tell y'all something. Dad can't tell me nothing. He can't tell me nothing. Man, I done heard it all. The man done said to pour the honey on him or whatever the case may be. And they done poured the Green Bay Packers that pour honey on him and then stepped on him like Kirk Franklin. Is GP, is you with me? Man, come on, man. Dak Prescott can't sit over there and tell me nothing. And I want to understand. Let me tell y'all something about this leader thing and why I don't, because a lot of this, right, is gonna go here and equalize itself out. Let me tell you something. When they talk about a leader man gonna make plays when it's time to make plays. A leader gonna be like, oh, look, y'all, you can go ahead and put this on my shoulders, man. I got us. Can you look at Dak Prescott and say that he got you? Can you look at him and know that he gonna make a play when times get rough? Can you look at him when times get rough? When you look at Dak Prescott, what is he doing? He got that look on his face, and when he got that look on his face, it's over. It's over. So, what kind of leader is that? Do these people really know what a leader is? Because he show how does he carry? What? Because he works hard and whatever the case may be. Okay, cool. There's a whole bunch of people that ain't leaders that can work hard. Okay, well, what is he doing to stand out for himself? Because a leader stands out. What is he doing that stands out? Man, nothing. He doing. They telling them a quarterback is supposed to be the first one in, the last one out. Man, that's mandatory. There's things in your job description that's mandatory. You know, so when they talk about this leader thing, if Dak Prescott is your leader, like I say time and time again, this team is in trouble. You need to bring some guys in that you ain't got to rely on Dak or no Michael Parsons. We need structure, y'all. We need somebody that's going to get on your ass. That's going to let you know you suck. You need to fix it. When have you ever seen Dan Quinn? When I would intentionally watch the Dan Quinn interviews after we go ahead and put up a pathetic performance, and what would he say? We didn't play up to our standard of play. What is your standard of play, Dan? You know, I'm tired of all this lovey-dovey ass football that the Dallas Cowboys been playing. I'm tired of it. Them just because they perform against weak ass teams, they think that player is an elite. What do you do in the heat, in the fire? Some of these same teams, some of these same players that people will take our players over them. Some of our kryptonite, they done lit up our kryptonite. You didn't see Jared Goff struggling against the Niners. That's all I'm saying. Didn't Jared Goff send you home? That's all I'm saying. Like, what at what point do we take this personal? At what point do we look at like, yo, look, man, all this, he's a player's coach and they friend. At what point do you look at things? See, look, if you want to talk about a player's coach, let's be honest with you. We got a whole bunch of young-minded individuals that hasn't grown up yet in a personal life, which can go ahead and go into the football field. So if you got somebody, let's say for instance, a Wink or a Zimmerman or whatever the case may be, they like, yo, look, the standard of what we require you to play like on the football field should be the standard when it's time to go ahead and lead your family. That's what type of player that don't nobody need no friend. We talk about life and we talking about, man, come on, man. Because quite frankly, a lot of what I go through in life, I could look at it. I probably done been through it in a similar fashion on the football field. Come on, man. Talk to me. Anything about life, I could go ahead and make a direct correlation to football on it. So I could look at you and tell you, see, I could look at, let's say for instance, I could look at Michael Parsons and tell how he go about his regular life. I could look at Dak Prescott and how he responds and matters when things get tough. It can tell you that that's how Dak Prescott is in real life. How you go ahead and come up on the football field and you respond on the football field and you deal with adversity is how you going to go ahead and respond in real life. Talk to me, man. So when we talk about a leader, what the hell is these people leading? No, you're going to have to go ahead and find that coach that can go ahead and bring somebody else with his guys to help this team out. Gonna have to. Hey, look, some of the things that the Giants, like for instance, like last year, that Giants coaching job last year, I believe Wink was a part. Bro, that's a hell of a coaching job. You got to understand of some of the cards that the Giants was laid to and went to the playoffs with Daniel Jones. Well, how they played with an underperforming team that went to the Alls. And you telling me that we got a so-called MVP that can't get over the hump? You need somebody that know what they're doing with this defense. You need somebody that knows what they are doing with this defense. Speaking of Ray, right? Speaking of Ray, I and this also gonna go ahead and I think can tie to the Zimmerman. So I seen a little clip. I believe I don't know who's. I think it was Cam Newton that said this. Cam was talking about pretty much Lamar Jackson, pretty much being the face of like the Ravens, right? And they was talking about Ray Lewis. They like, man, when I think about the Ravens, I think about Ray Lewis. And they was talking about seeing somebody talking about when I think of the Cowboys, I see Michael Parsons. But when I look at them two individuals, I see totally two different mentalities. I see totally two different standards, the way that they approach the game, the way that who they are. Now, I ain't talking about the off the field where Ray Lewis was on, but I'm talking about football related. And I can look at football related, and if we talk about the Dallas Cowboys, and when you talk about the first play that come to your mind is Michael Parsons, this team is in trouble. When you talk about the leader of your team and you talk about Dak Prescott, this team is in trouble. This team is in trouble. We are in trouble. Do I think, like I said, I honestly think if Zimmerman is the guy that they roll with, whether it be a year, two, or whatever the case may be, I know I can assure y'all that what we got going on is going to be better. How better? I don't know, because what they going to give him to work with? Is he going to have an input? Is he going to be able to really bring his guys like Dan Quinn? Is they going to trust him? Is they going to let him just have the defense like they did with Dan Quinn? I don't know. Who does Mike McCarthy trust that's going to go ahead and attempt to try to save his job? Because y'all already know I done talked about Mike McCarthy. Yeah, I like Mike McCarthy, but understanding the circumstances of how he let Dan Quinn do him like he just did, how he let these players do him like they just did, and you trying to tell me, see, that man can't stand up and stand up? Hell no, he don't need to be back. There's more to coaching than X's and O's. That's what I'm really trying to get at. Y'all know when we look at this film sessions, right? Yeah, we talk about the X's and O's type of things, but we also look at things beyond the X's and O's. So when I get a certain type of coach, I need them to go ahead and present something that's beyond X's and O's that's going to give us an advantage over most. And what Steve Spagnuolo does for the Kansas City Chiefs brings an element of knowledge and something beyond X's and O's. They done messed around and revamped that whole team, bringing in different players, and different people are stepping up that you didn't know the name to. That you didn't know the name to. That's what I need my defensive coordinator to do. They said there are not too many people take a 1-year rental. Use a goddamn lie. I can tell you why. This is the Dallas Cowboys, and if you can go ahead and turn around and have a considerable amount of improvement, like they say Dan Quinn did with this team, then what makes you think that it won't look good on somebody's 1-year rental for their resume to go ahead and branch to something better if they don't get the Dallas Cowboys job? So yes, there's plenty of people that would love to take this job. This is to be the defensive coordinator of the Dallas Cowboys. Somebody of an owner that claim that they want to win now. They claim, even though we don't see it or see it. That's all I'm saying. That is all I'm saying. I don't need no soft. Look, the Dallas Cowboys are soft. They're soft. The players are soft-minded. The coaches is soft. They soft. Soft. Coaching matters. If you got a relaxed coach, you're gonna go. It's gonna rub off to you in a certain type of way. But if you got a coach that's hounding you, go, 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 it's gonna be a part of you. If what you drilling is about being physical, about being aggressive, about being first, man, that's gonna come in your play. So you can see the way that these boys was coached. So anybody that's trying to make the play for Dan Quinn, no. To be honest with you, they say, man, there's not gonna be no players that's gonna respond to the Dallas. Okay, then get them the fuck up out of here. Then, like what? Like why does these people kissing their employees' ass? That's just what it is. They kissing their employees' ass. You know how many out of all the positions, you know how many greats that we can name? There's gonna be another one of you. Guess what, Micah? There's gonna be somebody that comes that's gonna be better than you. Guess what, Dak? There's somebody out there that's better than you. I don't have to, I can replace you. I can replace you. So I don't get all this ass kissing, right? It's hard to replace a Patrick Mahomes. It's hard to replace that. So that's why they go ahead and treat them the way that they treat them. But let's be honest with you. On anybody on that Dallas Cowboys roster, you can find a replacement for. Other than probably Tyler Smith, you can find a replacement for him. Yes, you can. So with that being said, there better not be no coaches kissing nobody ass on this Cowboy roster. None of them. What have you done? I'll look at the motherfucker. I'll be like, what have you done for you to go ahead and tell me? Y'all want that snake? They be talking about how Jason Witten and them and Sean Lee was snakes, right? Bro, I see that snake mentality on number 11 the way he did with Dan Quinn. Threw that boy under the bus. That boy looked you in your eye and told you that he couldn't have, he looked at that film and think that he couldn't have played no better. Understand what he just told you. The standard that you seen on that's his standard of greatness. Okay. I wanted to know, Zimmerman, is you gonna let that slide? Zimmerman, is you gonna get on this line? Or Jerry and them gonna tell you, you know what? You cannot go ahead and push Michael Parsons because you're gonna run him out the door. If that's the case, and if they if Zimmerman let them do that to you, then yes, it'll probably be a fail. If Zimmerman or Wink or Vrabel or Riviere or whoever the hell they bring up in here, if they can't push these players, it's gonna be a fail. It's gonna be a fail. It's gonna be a tremendous fail. They got to understand, bro, football is still the same. No matter how this league thinking they're trying to evolve to be more offensively, it's still the same. It's still the same. Look at the culture that the Niners got. Bro, they change a defensive coordinator every year. A defensive coordinator get hired for every coach, it seems like every year. It seems like every year. So what kind of culture does the Niners got? What kind of culture is John Lynch and them going in and providing for this team? No matter who's there, no matter who's in there, we have our core players that's going to help go ahead and reiterate this culture. And it don't matter who we got up in there. So what does it say? What does it say? So all this innovating, what is this cute football? To be honest with you, I don't want no young experienced coach right now. I don't want no coach who ain't gave me no results yet. I want a coach who had plenty of results. I need a coach who I know I can look at you and trust you because you done did it before. I need to know off the first move that you make that you mean business. That's what I need. I don't need this soft ass football that they trying to go ahead and put on. I tell you, I can never accept it. And I won't. I won't. This defensive coordinator, even though to me, I think Zimmerman should be the unless they go. The only way I say for Vrabel, because Vrabel is not going to be no 1-year rental. If they bring Vrabel in, he's got to be your guy that's going to take over even for next year. That you'll mess around if Mike McCarthy don't get the job, you'll fire his ass, and he'll end up being your interim head coach, and then he'll take over and be your head coach, and you sign him to a 4-year deal. He got to be your guy. I don't want no soft ass coach, man. If they say Mike Vrabel is intimidating these people with his physical presence or whatever the case may be, or whatever, or I think it's bigger than that. I think Mike Vrabel told you, man, hey, this soft ass football that y'all be playing, this ain't gonna work over here. And if you want me, understand that our branding is gonna be different. The way we walk is gonna be different. The way we talk is gonna be different. I think that's what went on here to scare some of these GMs. And if that's how Vrabel coming at these boys, then you sign me the hell up. Sign me the hell up. I just seen a Lions coach who many call reckless. Reckless his way onto the NFC Championship. But he don't take much coaching with the X's and O's to go ahead and have a successful season. If you want to go ahead and be successful, it's really without the X's and O's. It's really that standard. How you coaching? What you demand from your players? What you want? What you expect? Hmm? We stopping the run? We physical? We being first? We laying hands on people? If you ain't doing your job, we're gonna find somebody else to do it. Is that what it is? Is that what you want? That's what I want. Brian Flores. I like Brian. I like Brian. I like Brian. Even though I don't, I can't tell you. See, because if I'm going off of maybe a 1 year rental at best, okay, who's the best fit for a 1 year rental? If my 1 year rental can turn up to be my head coach for the future, then maybe then that's when we can go ahead and talk about, okay, let's look at this defensive coordinator just a little bit different because he's actually going to take over. But if it's a 1 year rental, I think your 1 year rental, if at minimum is your one, I think, to be honest with you, number one, I think it'd be I think it should be Zimmerman. If I'm being honest with you. I think it should be Zimmerman. Somebody that's been a Cowboy, somebody that know what it is to be a Cowboy, what it is when it was time to win, that has came on as a head coach and came through with a standard of his own, that has had success, that has went against some of the better quarterbacks in the league and given fits. DB coach, you can see it and how he went on ahead and went about his acquiring his DBs and getting Harrison Smith, getting Xavier Rhodes. At that time, there were some ballers. There were some ballers. Sendejo used to play with the Cowboys. Went on ahead, brought him in, and turned him into a quality safety. Because we ain't gonna act like your secondary don't need no makeover too. it's probably one that'll be stay together the most, but we ain't gonna act like they don't need no makeover too. So we got to look at this thing, man, from to be honest with you, a non X's and O's type of thing. Because to be honest with you, if you're gonna have success, that's what it's gonna come down to. A non X's and O's type of thing. Your standard. What's your true standard? People tell me, if they telling me a standard of tackling, well, come on, man. I don't believe you, Dan Quinn, when you told me that. You can go ahead, but you ain't my problem no more. You Washington problem now. They gonna see your mediocre ass just giving mediocre ass results because you ain't as an offensive coordinator. I mean, as a head coach, and you ain't gonna do it now. It's the opposite. Dan Quinn, like, I got the defense. I just need somebody that's gonna run the offense. It's the same thing with Mike McCarthy, right? He got the offense. Who gonna go ahead and run his defense? Mike McCarthy knew better. He knew better than that to go ahead and think that how they was running the football was enough. He knew better than that. You won your Super Bowl for running that football. And you gonna go up in here and tell me that running it with TP was enough? That's why I say that his ass should be gone too. You think that Dak Prescott is enough? Your ass should be gone. Look at things from a grand point of view. We had work though toward the end of the season, right? Y'all remember we said at the end of the stretch, man, we playing against some playoff caliber teams who is going to be in the playoffs. So this is good work. This is good work to see where you at. And we seen where we was at. Insufficient. I'm in favor of Zim, but if they win another, if they win another route, I'm in favor of a couple of the two because we ain't got many options right now, y'all. We in this search late. We ain't got many options right now. There's some of the options that we could have had that are not here no more because we got in this late because they was waiting on Dan Quinn to see what he gonna do. So you done let Dan Quinn hold you hostage. Dan Quinn knew all along he wanted to leave and he was gonna leave. But you waited on Dan Quinn, so we don't get many options, Cowboy Nation. We don't get many options. We do not get many options. So you really probably it's gonna really come down to probably what? Probably Wink, Zim. I mean, if what's his name is going ahead and going for these coaching gigs, then I would have to take Vrabel. I would hope that Vrabel is coming in this week. I want to see what he got. You waited on hardball. You could come on, man. You never know what you could have did with that. What you gonna do? Give Mike one more year to fail, and then try to maybe go ahead and see if you can go ahead and poach one of these coaches or go for a bill? That don't make no sense, bro. So you gonna put us to another BS season because you believe in people who can't and have shown you that they can't get it done. I want somebody that can get it done. See, the problem is that some of these coaches that come from the old school, they let the old school get to them. I mean, the new school get to them. Mike McCarthy, even though he has made some adjustments, he looked at things. He like, you know what? This is the way the football is going. I That's his fault for going ahead and allowing them to go ahead and rub off on him. All this young, innovative, bro. They don't win nothing. They're not winning nothing. Does this young, innovative mind know football? They looking at Sean McVay. Sean McVay. Do you know what Sean McVay had? You know what Sean McVay, the moves that he did? Do y'all realize when he won his bowl that he was playing backyard football to win? Old school backyard football. Hey, Cooper Cup is going to go ahead and just cook your DBs because he's better than you. We just going to keep going to him. Odell got hurt. They just kept going to Cooper for a dub. And finished it off with the moves that they made during the season with Vine and him. So if you're going to go ahead and go young innovative got to go ahead and pay some homage and go back to their old school roots too. And I'm seeing a lot of these just so-called young innovative minds not paying respects to their old school roots. Therefore, they don't do me no good. I don't give a damn if you can go ahead and motion this way and motion that way, and I don't give a damn about none of that. Dan Quinn said that he told Mike that your offense was too predictable. It doesn't matter if they know what they're gonna do. Can you stop it? Can you stop it? Bro, these players are soft. So you telling me if they know we run a 24 dive and you got players, man, that's gonna go ahead and be physical and rough them up. You telling me that your 24 dive still won't get 4 yards, still won't get 5 yards, you still won't go for it? They knew that the Philadelphia Eagles were running this so-called, what they call it, brotherly shove, tush push. They still didn't stop it. You know it's coming, you still can't stop it. That's football. Man, growing up, man, I had coaches like, man, they gonna know we're running. So what? Can they stop it? They only stop it if you don't go ahead and execute what's out there. You want to get cute and fancy to go ahead and try to catch them by the element of surprise. Football is a violent game. So I need violent individuals and I need coaches that's going to understand, the physical. You talk this good game. You talk that we need physicality, that we need to play like that. Then play like that then. Then coach like that. Because I'm seeing a whole offensive line that couldn't even get to the second level. I'm seeing a defensive line that was playing like linebackers. They was all up in their second level. Linebackers that was out their gap, that can't even fill a gap. That's what I'm seeing. Safeties that can't cover. That's what I'm seeing. I want somebody that's gonna get me close back to football, that old school football, because that old school football will come out victorious in the end. Yes, it will. Who gonna run that ball? Who gonna run that ball? You can see that running the football has gotten some of these playoff teams to be victorious. So while you want to go ahead and throw the ball for 5,000, 6,000 yards, you got these teams that's running the football to get victories. So what is that really truly saying? Okay, you can win during the season, but can you win in the season that mattered the most, which is the postseason? Come on, man. No, I don't want these young coaches that no, no, no. I want a coach who gonna coach. I want a coach who gonna go ahead and get on your line and discipline you because you need it. Who gonna pull you? When we look at man, you even see Bill Belichick, man. Bill Belichick, man, Mac Jones ain't getting it done, so we're gonna put in Zach. He knew that Mac Jones was the best for the job. He still benched him. That's what coaching I need. They can say all they want to about what happened without him after Tom Brady, but that's the type of coaching that you need. Somebody who ain't scared just because you the starter or whatever the case may be, don't mean that you exempt all this privileged ass football that we got going on here. Man, that's not gonna cut it, especially with the Dallas Cowboys. Yeah, we know that they got their own brand, but I'm sorry. You got your brand, but when you come on here in this facility or on the football field, it's all football. If you want to go ahead and do your little BS, you want to sell sunglasses, whatever the hell y'all be selling, whatever y'all be doing on your podcast, I guess. But do you back up your talk? They were doing all that talking, all that stuff off the field, and they didn't perform on it. That's when it becomes a problem. Be aggressive. Good teams are still making moves to win. You worried about the cap. But if you got to tell me that you got to extend that because you got cap concerns, then you didn't take good care of the cap the way that you thought you did. I shouldn't have to extend him. For what? What the hell has he done for an extension? You're gonna pay lose. You're getting ready to try to pay a loser. You're gonna pay losers, and then understand, and then keep complaining why you keep losing because you keep paying losers. You ain't paying nobody that wins. Patty Mahomes wins. So we're gonna go ahead and throw 200 million at you because you win. You have been to the Super Bowl back to back to back. You got jewelry. You win. That's why we give you the bag. No matter what you got, you still win. You give him Tony, you give him Scantlin or whatever. Come on, man. You give him all these, he wins. But I got a so-called MVP that don't win. Come on, bro. Get out of here. Stop it. Stop. He don't win. We don't win. 30 years now? 30 years. And no winning. Do you win? Where's your success at? I don't watch, like I told you. Okay, let's look at Antonio Pierce. Antonio Pierce from the Raiders just beat the Kansas City Chiefs by running the ball. Didn't even throw the football barely and won the game. You see the coaching, turn their whole football team around. Got them to believe. The same players that you would look at, is they talented? They end up balling to their potential. That's coaching. That's beyond X's and O's. When you got players, you know what, Josh Jacobs, now he want to go ahead and run into him. Now he going ahead and showing his work. Josh Jacobs was non-existent, but that Josh Jacobs, when he got Antonio Pierce, he running that football. Max Crosby like, bro, I'm playing for the Raiders. If you don't bring him in that coaching, bro, get rid of me. Because you don't want to win. Now Michael out here talking about, well, he hope he gets some. But didn't your soft ass just ask for Leighton Vander Esch back, who is a proven loser? You just asked for Leighton Vander Esch back. You was out here screaming to Bozzy, let's go, loser. I'm calling up Harbaugh. Hey, Harbaugh, you want your boy Bozzy back? You want your boy Mozzie Smith back? Oh yeah, man. Hey, look, man. Hey, just send me a pic, man, and we'll send you Mozzie up over there with a Whopper. we'll give you a Whopper with it because he's gonna need a whole bunch of them this year, man, to get him back to where he was at. We'll give you a Whopper with it. And a large soda. Come on, man. Gotta make uncomfortable moves. When the last time Jerry made an uncomfortable move? Oh, Dak Prescott, he does good. He gets us to the playoffs even though we lose. I'm comfortable with that. Psst, bro, no matter what you put around him, a loser gonna always be a loser. He always gonna find ways to lose. And you gonna bring a winner. Jared Goff proving he a winner. Baker Mayfield showing that, hey, even though his talent ain't so-called y'all people say under Dak Prescott, he's showing, hey, I'm gonna win. I'm gonna win. Bro, came back, was on that Rams team for like a day or two and won the Thursday night game. He won. Purdy won more playoff games in one year than your quarterback who's been here for 10 years. And you telling me he's a winner? They say Joe Flacco. They try to go ahead and compare him to Joe Flacco. Hey, let me tell you something. Joe Flacco had winners around him, though, to carry him. You don't have no winners. You don't have no winners. Trent Dilfer had people that's going to play a physical brand of football around him. So y'all right. When y'all talk about Dak and y'all talk about Levin, y'all talk about, man, y'all be right. Even if y'all come from different perspectives, y'all right. Y'all right. This whole thing you got losers on your team. The free agency, to be honest with you, maybe one at the most should probably come back. You need to let them all go. They're losers. They're losers. Bring you some winners in here. Patrick Queen, winning mindset. I will learn your lesson from Bobby Wagner and go ahead and get your middle. Because when we talk about the linebackers, we're gonna talk about why they need to go get a Patrick Queen. When we talk about these linebackers in the draft this week. I need winners. So this whole team need a makeover. Because their season, their regular season success is putting makeup over that ugly ass woman. That's what it is. Your team is ugly, but they have makeup on with this regular season success going against these bums. And then when he realized, hey man, that makeup, you ain't got makeup on, you really ugly. You really see the ugliness of this team, man. Come on. That's all I'm saying, man. Bring somebody up in here that's gonna bring a physical brand of football. And hey, if we gotta move on, if we gotta make some adjustments along the way, let's do that. But you gotta ask yourself this, y'all, when we looking at our defensive coordinator, because we know that a lot of them positions, coaches, they're gonna have to be wiped out. Especially that offensive line coach. I don't even know why the hell he ain't fired yet. There's a whole bunch of these assistant coaches that need to get wiped out. You gotta ask yourself this, man. No matter who we bring in, is he gonna be? Is he gonna be? Is it gonna be a change? Is he gonna bring something that we don't have? If that's not, there's a whole bunch of band-aids being brought up in here. And we don't need band-aids. We've been tired of band-aids. Band-aids fall off, especially when you take a shower. They fall off. You can see that blood and they come off, they get old. We don't need band-aids. We need to be healed. We need to be fixed. Bring somebody up in here that's gonna fix. Who the answer is, we ain't gonna find out till it's done. Steven and them say, hey, man, we understand where the fans is at, bro. They understand. They've been understanding where the fans was at. But it got to this bad for you to go ahead and maybe even say it in public. Stop it, Steven. Me ain't trying to hear none of that BS that y'all talking. You and Jerry. Give us some winners. And I know that you want to win by you taking some of these scrub ass players that we got and sending them on. Because at the end of the day, right? Y'all remember this though. Remember this. Remember we had Scott Linehan with that sorry ass play caller, but we still went to the playoffs? Because regardless if we got a sorry ass play call, you still got to execute. You still got to execute. And you ain't got nobody that's gonna execute. You need to be willing to go ahead and bench. If I'm Zimmer and I got Zimmer, Wink, or whoever, Vrabel, and I see that the defense is doing their job, and I see the offense, I'm looking at the offense. Hey, look, is you gonna bench Foe? He been doing it. You done got years of big games to go ahead and tell you that he ain't. You gonna bench him or you gonna allow us to lose? You need somebody like that. That's gonna when you hear the stories. Hey man, there's the offensive coach and the defensive coordinator. They got into it because of that. That's what I want to see. I want to see somebody get their ass beat in the locker room because they selfish. That's what I want to see. Draymond their ass because they don't want to play no football. But we gonna see, y'all. It's gonna be an interesting week. An interesting week. And usually, if you got your guy, there ain't no reason to wait. The only thing I know of is Riviera and Zimmerman is being interviewed. But they need to interview a whole lot more than that. Because they need to go ahead, man. Hey, look, man, they need to listen to everybody's presentation. Everybody's presentation. Come on. What would you do? My question is, hey, if you had this team, what would you do? What does team need? How you gonna go about it? Oh, I need all that. And you gonna know right then and there. Do they even know how to interview these coaches, man? Because I'm thinking that they don't. I'm thinking they just going off for this. He say it's who you know. It's who you know in this league, y'all. They ain't bringing no real ones up in here, man. Mm. Hey, Dak need to look at another team. Kaiser, he need to look at another team. Yeah, you can just tell. Like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like when things get tough, Dak gonna have that look. He gonna be like, oh man, the game is over. I'm telling y'all, I think it was what, second quarter. When Dak gave me that look, he was on the right hash. He was on the right side of the screen. I don't remember when it was, but he had that look and he looked down. I said, the game is over. I said, Dak is crushed. He got that look of helplessness. It's over. And boy, was I right. I knew the game was over before the second half was gone. Shit, I was taking groceries. I was taking groceries to the house. All that. I'm like, yeah, the game over. The game over. The game should never be over. It ain't over till it's over. When you had a comeback, like, okay, yeah, that. Well, against the Atlanta Falcons, no. When you got to come back against a good team, like, oh man, Dak, oof, man. When you gonna have a 5 interception game? and come back to come through for the game-winning field goal on a Monday night against the Buffalo Bills. Oh, man. Well, look at that resume. I see just trash. They can say what they want. But one thing's for sure, Jerry and them, and even some of Cowboy Nation is just used to losing. They comfortable with losing, being mediocre. A mediocre is gonna always be mediocre. A loser will always be a loser. And a winner will always find a way to win. I'm gonna leave y'all with that. We'll keep we're gonna keep an eye on things. I'll be back soon to go ahead and present these linebackers for the NFL draft. Yo, we do our lives regarding these linebackers. Well, every position though, but who's first on the menu is these linebackers. I'm looking forward to that one because I got some things that's probably going to go ahead and go against the grain on a whole lot of what a whole lot of people saying with these linebackers. But we'll get to it though. But all right, y'all. Till next time.